What's the number one thing that causes small businesses to fail? Whenever I think about this, I always remember the story from How I Met Your Mother, where the main character, Ted, he was talking to Robin and he tells her, "What if I forget the books?" And she says, "What?" Ted was starting up his new architecture firm and he was nervous about it. So he tells this story about how there's this famous architecture story where this architect designed a library and it was absolutely perfect. It was pristine, beautiful, every single detail had been thought of, except every couple of years it sunk deeper and deeper into the ground and eventually it had to be condemned. So what happened? The architect forgot to account for the weight of the books. And unfortunately, that story has proven to be urban legend, but it provides a really, really good lesson for us. And what could it be in our businesses that are these theoretical books? What could it be that seems like a small detail, but we're not thinking about it? It ends up being a pretty major thing. And it always surprises me when I'm talking to small business owners, but the number one thing that they don't plan for and don't account for is cash flow. At its core, that's what business is about, but still people really underplan for it. And there are some reasons for that you can understand. The biggest one I find is optimism. When we're starting a new venture, we're obviously really excited about it, so whatever projections we come up with are way over enthusiastic and too optimistic beyond what reality would be. We're really great at what we do, or we have a great product, so of course everybody's going to be flocking to us and buying what we're selling. If we have to hire employees, we're of course going to have employees that there's no dead time when they're working. It can't possibly be that they're bad at their job or anything like that. When we invoice customers, they'll pay us immediately. It won't be that people are having issues with their own cash flow and don't get paid on time or at all. There can be a ton of different things that can affect the cash flow, but a lot of times people don't plan for that and they end up having to close up shop. So when we're planning with our clients, when we're talking to entrepreneurs, that's the number one thing that we tell them to plan for when they're starting a new business venture. Plan for the cash. Because again, at the end of the day, that's what business is about. That's why we get into business, and if we don't have enough money, if there's not cash in the bank account, then we're going to have to close up shop. So it's pretty simple. Just plan for the unexpected. Run some pessimistic projections. We don't want to bum you out for what your new financial venture is going to be, but think about how you're going to cope if things don't go well. Run every possible scenario, and then you're not going to be caught off guard if things don't go quite the way you want it to. So, hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, I'm Micah Fraim. If this was worthwhile to you, if you found this interesting, give us a like, give us a share, and leave a comment below.